The year is 140 BC. Alexandria, the illustrious city of knowledge and wonder, shimmered under the Egyptian sun. Its bustling streets, a vibrant tapestry of cultures and languages, pulsed with life. Towering above it all was the great lighthouse, a beacon for ships across the seas. Nearby, the Grand Library of Alexandria stood as a testament to human intellect, its shelves groaning under the weight of scrolls from every corner of the known world. Alexandria was a city of dreams, where scholars rubbed shoulders with merchants, and the very air hummed with the pursuit of knowledge. Yet beneath its radiant exterior, societal structures remained rigid, dictating the course of lives and shaping destinies. The marketplace, a cacophony of sights and smells, throbbed with activity. Merchants hawked their wares, their voices blending with the braying of donkeys and the chatter of shoppers. Here, amidst the vibrant chaos, two souls on a collision course with destiny were about to meet. Amara, a young woman of extraordinary intellect and grace, moved through the marketplace with the confidence of a seasoned scholar. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity, absorbing the vibrant life around her.
Softly, so many wonders to uncover.
Her fingers, stained with ink from countless hours spent deciphering ancient texts, brushed against a scroll depicting the constellations. Each symbol, each line, was a piece of a grand puzzle she was determined to solve. Her mind, a treasure trove of knowledge, yearned to unravel the mysteries of the cosmos. She often found herself lost in thought, contemplating the vastness of the universe and her place within it. She was a child of Alexandria, her spirit as free as the winds that swept in from the Mediterranean, her soul yearning to explore the vast universe of knowledge housed within the library's hallowed halls. The library was her sanctuary, a place where she could lose herself in the wisdom of the ancients. Across the bustling square, Cassius, a Roman general stationed in Alexandria, cut an imposing figure. His presence commanded respect and attention.
Thoughtfully, such a vibrant place, this city.
His armor, gleaming under the Egyptian sun, reflected his discipline and strength. Each piece of his armor told a story of battles fought and victories won. His eyes, hardened by years of warfare, held a glint of curiosity as he observed the city's vibrant lifeblood. The colors, the sounds, the smells. It was all so different from the battlefields he was used to. Duty had brought him to this land, far from the rolling hills of his Italian homeland. He often thought of the olive groves and the familiar faces he had left behind. Yet, even amidst the unfamiliar sights and sounds, a part of him yearned for a connection that transcended the battlefield. He longed for something more, something deeper. Their paths, ordained by fate, intertwined in the crowded marketplace. It was as if the universe had conspired to bring them together at that precise moment. A jostle, a gasp, and their eyes met. In that brief moment, time seemed to stand still. In that instant, the world around them faded away. They were no longer just a scholar and a soldier. They were two souls recognizing a kindred spirit in the other. Their initial encounter, brief and electrifying, left them both shaken and inexplicably drawn to each other.
Reflectively, who is this man who stirs my heart so?
Amara, accustomed to the world of words and ideas, found herself captivated by the soldier's quiet strength.
Softly, this scholar, she sees the world so differently.
Cassius, hardened by years of war, was disarmed by the scholar's intelligence and her passion for the mysteries of the universe. Stolen moments, snatched amidst their vastly different worlds, became their sanctuary. They met under the watchful gaze of the lighthouse, its beacon a silent witness to their forbidden love. They explored the city's hidden corners, sharing stories and dreams under the Alexandrian sky. In each other's company, they found solace and a connection that defied the rigid societal boundaries that separated them. Their love, a delicate flower blooming in the harsh desert, deepened with each stolen encounter. But their clandestine meetings did not remain secret for long. The city of Alexandria, with its labyrinthine streets and bustling marketplaces, was a place where secrets had a way of surfacing, no matter how deeply they were buried.
The whispers, they were everywhere, in the corners of the taverns, in the shadows of the alleyways, even in the quiet sanctuaries of the temples.
Whispers of the scholar and the soldier, an unlikely pair drawn together by an invisible force, began to circulate through the city's bustling streets and marketplaces. Their story, one of forbidden love and defiance, captured the imagination of the people, spreading like wildfire.
Amara, we must be careful. The rumors, they're spreading. Every glance, every hushed conversation, it feels like they're all about us.
The rumors, like venomous snakes, slithered their way into the hallowed halls of the library and the rigid ranks of the Roman garrison. They whispered of betrayal, of a love that could bring down empires.
My position here is already delicate. As a woman, I am always under scrutiny. Every move I make is watched, every word I speak is analyzed.
Amara, her position within the library already precarious as a woman in a male-dominated world, found herself facing growing suspicion and hostility. Her every action was questioned, her every motive doubted.
Do you think she can be trusted? Her priorities seem misplaced. She's too involved with that soldier. It's affecting her work.
Her colleagues, their whispers laced with envy and fear, questioned her loyalty and her dedication to her scholarly pursuits. They saw her as a threat, a woman who dared to challenge the status quo. The weight of their judgment, heavy and suffocating, threatened to crush her spirit. It was a burden she carried alone, a silent struggle against the tides of prejudice and tradition.
Cassius, your focus is wavering. This relationship, it's becoming a problem. You're not the soldier you once were.
Cassius, bound by duty and honor, faced increasing pressure from his superiors. They demanded his unwavering loyalty, his complete dedication to Rome. His loyalty to Rome, unquestioned on the battlefield, was now under scrutiny. His every decision was analyzed, his every action judged.
They're wrong. My judgment is not clouded, but the whispers, they're relentless. They follow me everywhere, a constant reminder of the precariousness of our situation.
The whispers, fueled by prejudice and fear, painted him as a man distracted, a soldier whose heart had led him astray, his judgment clouded by his affections for a woman who stood on the other side of a cultural divide, a divide that seemed insurmountable, yet one they dared to cross. The walls were closing in, their secret love threatened by forces beyond their control, forces that sought to tear them apart, to crush their spirits and their dreams. As the sun set over Alexandria, casting long shadows over the city, Amara and Cassius knew that their love, though powerful, was fragile. They stood on the precipice of a storm, their future uncertain, their hearts intertwined in a dance of hope and despair. Together, they faced the whispers, the judgment, and the prejudice. Together, they held on to the one thing that gave them strength, their love for each other. In a world that sought to divide them, they found unity. In a city filled with whispers, they found their voice. And as the night sky enveloped Alexandria, the whispers in the wind carried their story, a tale of love and defiance, of courage and hope. A story that would be remembered long after the whispers had faded. Fate, a cruel puppet master, intervened, pulling the strings of their lives with a merciless hand. It was as if the gods themselves had decided to test the limits of their endurance, to see how much they could bear before breaking.
News from Rome, it can't be good. The weight of the empire's troubles always seem to find its way to my doorstep.
News arrived from Rome, carried on the wings of a swift ship that sailed into Alexandria's harbor. The message was urgent, the seal of the emperor unmistakable. Cassius, his heart sinking with each word, received orders to return to the heart of the Roman Empire. The call of duty was relentless, leaving no room for personal desires.
They need me back in Rome. The unrest is growing and my presence is demanded. There's unrest. I have to go. The empire's stability hangs in the balance, and I cannot ignore the call.
His presence was required, his skills needed to quell unrest on the empire's fringes. The weight of responsibility was a heavy burden, one that he had carried for years.
And I have been expelled from the library. The place that was my sanctuary, my home, has turned its back on me. They say I betrayed their trust. The whispers and accusations have poisoned the minds of those I once called friends.
Amara, her heart heavy with premonition, received news of her own. The Council of Scholars, once her mentors and allies, had turned against her. The Council of Scholars, influenced by the poisonous whispers that swirled around her, decided to expel her from the library. Her life's work, her passion, was now in jeopardy.
They accuse me of letting my emotions cloud my judgment, of jeopardizing everything. They do not see the truth, only the lies that have been spun around me.
They accused her of betraying their trust, of allowing her emotions to cloud her judgment, of jeopardizing the sanctity of their scholarly haven. The very foundation of her identity was being questioned.
Our love, once our strength, is now tearing us apart. The very thing that brought us together is now the source of our greatest pain.
Their love, once a source of strength and joy, became a double-edged sword, threatening to sever the threads that held their lives together. The bond that once seemed unbreakable was now fraying at the edges. They stood at a crossroads, their paths diverging, the weight of their impossible choice pressing down on them with unbearable force. The future was uncertain, and the choices they made now would shape the rest of their lives. The world, it seemed, conspired to keep them apart. Forces beyond their control were at play, and they could only hope to navigate the storm together. If you enjoyed this tale of passion and destiny, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that will captivate your heart and soul.